Hi, I'm Lisa Murphy and you're watching Kildare TV. We've just arrived now at the Marion Hotel to interview some of the actors who were starring in Killing Bono. So come on with me.
See, pop songs are usually about fantasizing about having sex with hot women, actually having sex with hot women, or reminiscing about having sex with hot women. This one appears to be about rape.
On one level, yes. But on another, it's about existential angst.
Right, well, either way, that's a pretty hard sell for Top of the Pops, but I'm sure we can sort that out later.
Hi Ben, how are
Hiya.
you? Lovely
Good,
to meet
thanks.
you. What was it that first attracted you to this role?
I think Neil McCormick came across as such a colossal idiot. in the script. I just thought, this guy is such a moron, but I kind of love him anyway.
Right, okay, something different.
And it was just completely different. It was just an opportunity to kind of stop pretending I was this earnest kind of hero character, really,
Yeah.
I think. And it was just as different as it could possibly be from all the other roles I played.
So make it diverse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that kind of versatility is something that all the kind of English and Irish and Australia's actors in particular kind of crave.
Yes.
And I knew but the script was written by the guys who wrote The Commitments, which
That's
was one of my
correct.
favourite movies.
So that was one of your attractions, I think.
Definitely,
as well.
definitely.
Yeah.
And then I was praying for it to be good, and then when I read it, it was the first script I'd ever read that made me laugh on every page.
Oh, fantastic.
And I was just, I have to get this, I have to do this, I have to wear these leather trousers and do my lunges and scream rock songs. And
go back to your singing, of course. Get a bit of your singing.
get a bit of the singing out, and exactly, so, and I got to play Irish as well, which was
Cool.
always a dream.
Was that your first Irish one?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
The first of many, I hope.
Yeah, I
So
hope
did
so.
you work quite close to Neil while preparing for the role?
Not at all, I was banned from meeting him.
Wow.
The director banned me. He said, if you meet him, you will try to copy something about him in real life, and I don't want you to play him. I want you to play With Nail from With Nail and I want you to play the character that he's written in this book. But actually, the director's exact words were, if you were to make your Neil as annoying as the real Neil, no one will watch the film.
Oh my goodness.
But then he's a very, very cruel man.
God, he sounds it, absolutely. But of course you were a Eurovision hopeful and now you're an A-list actor now. The fact that you're quite similar, you know, in your pasts, I'm sure you would have hoped your music career would have, you know, gone a little further, but maybe not now
Well,
that
I
you're
did.
an actor.
No, I did. I absolutely did, but it wasn't with the pop band. It was much earlier than that, when I was kind of 16, 17,
Oh,
and I
right,
was
okay.
kind of playing the drums in a band, and I was singing like jazz and sort of doing these soul nights and everything. And then I thought I was going to be like a singer. That's what I thought I was going to do when I was that age. But I think I can relate to his kind of struggle more through the acting. You know, when I
Right,
started
more so
out,
then,
I
yeah.
kind of had those 6 months of not being able to get jobs or auditions, and all my friends who were actors couldn't get jobs or auditions, and I think I was very much like, I've got to change something. And I think that's what Neil was about as well. He was like, well, this isn't working, so we'll change the hair and the clothes and the band, and we'll go
Right.
move to London, we'll do this and that. And I kind of admire that about his character,
Yeah,
really.
he never gave up.
He never gives up. He still hasn't given up. He
Yeah.
thinks this is his big break.
And did you enjoy filming in Belfast and meeting all your Irish fans?
I loved filming Belfast, actually. It would have been nice to do a little bit in Dublin as well, I think, because
Yeah.
it's all set in Dublin. But I think Belfast now looks more like Dublin did in the 70s than Dublin does, because the face
Yes.
of Dublin has changed so much.
Completely. Did you get out and have a few pints of Guinness?
Oh, God, yeah.
Were you allowed?
Me and Robbie Sheehan, well, it didn't matter whether we were or not.
Oh,
we
you
could
were going
we-
anyway.
We still got out. Well, we had to bond as brothers, and
Yes,
that was
of
our
course.
excuse.
You looked as if you had great fun together.
We did, yeah. We had that kind of little brother thing going on straight away as soon as we met.
Oh.
Because I'd kind of watched him in Misfits,
Yes.
and was kind of quite in awe of him from that, because he's so funny in it, and
Yes.
he's a genius in that. And so I was kind of, you know, there's no one you're prouder of than your little brother. I've got a little brother, and yeah, I'm more proud of him than I am of anyone, really. But
absolutely.
also, they have the power to annoy you quicker than anybody.
And did he do that?
So he got that down pretty quick as well.
Oh,
yeah.
right,
He
okay.
kind of had both going on, you know.
So tell me, what's next for you, Ben?
Well, I've just finished doing 6 months in the West End. doing a play. So I'm not doing theatre for a little bit because it is
Right. How was theatre for you?
It's quite intense.
Yeah, quite different, I'd say.
Yeah, very different. I mean, amazing experience doing a play kind of that intensity for that long.
Yes.
But I wouldn't do it again for another year, I don't think, because it's quite sort of draining, I think. But so yeah, back to the films, definitely.
Back to the film, so totally different challenge, obviously, for the next one.
Probably
Hopefully.
something completely different. I don't know yet. I've got a couple of things which I'm looking at, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll know exactly what I'm doing.
Fantastic.
Can I have a whiskey, please? Whiskey.
Oh, man! What a buzz! That was great.
That was shite. We died on our arses up there. Maybe you would have noticed if you weren't having some kind of fit. What was that?
My moves! Plus, I got us our first headline gig.
Yeah, in an illegal titty bar in the arse end of nowhere, run by a known killer.
This is Mr. Mackin, lad.
What do you think, Mr. Mackin?
Godless, mindless, and tuneless.
So tell me, Robert, what first attracted you to this role?
What attracted me, it was a brilliant script, to be honest, you know. It's always the first thing you see. It's always hurdle number one. Brilliant script. So I threw my hat in the ring, like many other actors did and always do. And it turned up trumps for me. So that was good.
And how did you prepare for the role?
I sat around on my rear end and did nothing. Pretty much. No. Well, we watched a few films as references. I think we watched a lot of Peg and Frost stuff.
Right.
And we watched With Nail and I, myself and Ben. And we just drank cups of tea and talked drivel for hours on end.
So how does this character differ to the one you're playing, Nathan in Misfits?
I think he's a touch more on the cynical and realistic side. Is old Ivan. Well, the Ivan I was playing. I don't even know what Ivan McCormick's like. I mean, we met him close to the end of shooting, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we weren't trying to depict them biographically or
Yeah, of
anything.
course.
We just struck our own dynamic. We just took their names and their story,
Brilliant.
and then just went off with it and exaggerated the truth. But how is it different? Yeah, I think Neil is far more like Nathan in Misfits, I think, Ben's character.
Oh, right, okay.
Because he's kind of maniacal and single-minded and lacking in common sense to an extent. And I'm kind of almost the grounding presence in his life who is probably a blessing.
Which is probably unusual for you.
Yeah, you know, we would often switch roles. No, we wouldn't.
And you're no stranger to controversial roles. Do you seek that, or do they seek you?
Controversial. There was the abuse debacle in Red Riding and Raggy Boy we were just talking about. No, I don't particularly seek anything, to be honest with you. I just kind of bop along and see what comes my way, because the job is very chaotic and jobs just fly at you sometimes. Yeah, and other times you can strive for a job that you don't get, that you might have gone for several auditions for and you just don't. So the nature of the work is quite nomadic almost. So you end up doing jobs that you were given. You know, it's a bit like oral sex, I was saying yesterday, right? Basically, getting a job is a bit like oral sex because, you know, you're not worried about the specifics. You're just grateful it's happening.
Fantastic.
You're looking at you two.
You too.
You too? That is so... Shite! Thank you, Neil. I didn't want to say it. It sounds like a bleeding submarine.
We're changing our names.
What?
Dave wants to be known as the Edge.
What, like Edge Evans or Dave Edge?
Just the Edge.
The Edge of what?
From now on, he's Bono.
Bono! yeah, no, it's good, it's good. I could be, Byro. I could be the head.
Stop taking the piss. At least I'm not the one jumping up and down on stage wearing these. Would you look at the state of it?
Hey!
Hello, Hello, Nick. Hi. Hi, Neil. How are you? Neil, first question to yourself. Was it tough seeing yourself on the screen for the first time?
It was incredibly tough seeing myself on the screen for the first time. You know, I thought I was ready because I'd followed the process. It took a long time. I read the scripts, I saw the casting, I was on the set a little bit, I'd seen a few rushes. Well, and then I went to see the film and basically my head exploded and I started blushing quite furiously early on, and then blushing for an hour and a half of a film is quite a painful experience. And I would like to have crawled out of the cinema and crawled into a dark hole and hidden from the world forever, because, you know, I always thought when I was a deluded youngster that one day they'd make a film about my life. I just never realized it'd be a comedy and I'd be the butt of most of the jokes. But I've got over that now.
Nick, what was it about this book that you were drawn to and that you had to have?
I thought it was really simple. I wanted to do a story, a musical story that was about failure, rather than about success.
For a change.
For a change.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, every music movie you've ever seen always ends up with the third act drama and the sign to the label and stardom beckons. Yes. And I thought that this was a really good way of telling an everyman tale about you know, how excessive, hubristic, ridiculous behavior can be combined with kind of passion and drive. Yeah. And that the line between success and failure in our industry or in any business that's creative is quite narrow. So the movie is a kind of shout out to all failed bands.
Fantastic. And was it difficult to cast?
Yeah, I think the casting is the most difficult thing of any picture. It's always the hardest and always the longest and always the most, for me, the most interesting. Because if you haven't got that element, then in the end, everyone else is wasting their time. You know, it's really, the execution of something is one thing. If you don't have the actor right in the middle, and getting Ben and Robbie and finding that very male, very classic male Bond relationship with the two brothers, which can be both familial and, you know, and jagged and rough, but at the same time loving. So you show the cost of what those decisions were, rather than just the decision. Finding those two was crucial, and then finding, you know, somebody to play Bono was pretty crucial too. Yeah.
Fantastic. And is there bitterness between yourself and Bono, or are you great pals?
We're friends. You know, we were friends before. We were friends from childhood. You know, you really don't lose your friends from childhood when you've gone through things together. We went through a journey together, and it was an early rock and roll journey, and his journey took him on a completely different place to mine, and that was kind of hard to live with for a while, on my part, not on his part, and I kept my distance for a while, but we kind of reunited in the mid-90s, and then you just pick up where you left off, and we have the same relationship now that we had when we were teenagers, is that we argue all the time about pop, politics and religion, and he likes a good argument, and so do I.
Brilliant. And what's this joke that he said you're caustic opposites, and that you soaked up all his bad luck?
Well, you see, that was the premise on which this whole thing started.
Based, yeah.
One day I was sitting in my office, you know, working with the rain dripping on the window, and Bono called me from Miami and started telling me that he was smoking cigars with Frank Sinatra. And
you were a poor penniless
and I was a
idiot
poor penniless journalist.
I just don't want to talk to you right now.
Yeah, he did. He felt,
you know,
God, my life's over.
I don't want to hear about this. The problem with knowing you is you've lived my life. And he said, that's because I'm your doppelganger, and if you want your life back, you'll have to kill me. Well, hence, killing Bono.
Ben Barnes, Robert Sheehan, killing Bono.
You're the soul. I mean, is he taking the piss now or what? He still hasn't found what he's looking for. He has got everything he ever wanted.
Hi, we're here on the red carpet at the Savoy Cinema waiting for all the actors for Killing Bono. Really looking forward to interviewing them and all the guests that are going to be joining. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. How are you today?
Very good. Very
Hi,
good.
great to see you again.
How are you doing?
Guys, how are you feeling here? Red carpet, lights. What an amazing evening.
Amazing evening indeed. Are you going to try that Tibetan thing about holding in your pee for 4 days? Was that
Now
what you
hold on a moment. Are you just going to continue talking about sex or what? He's very naughty.
I would never. My parents are over there.
He's a cheeky monkey.
You're the nice brother and you're the naughty brother.
It's a special evening. It makes me very proud to be Irish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's going to just keep the accent.
Special night.
He feels it's more lilty and lovable.
And he could probably pull more women maybe with the Irish accent.
Yeah, especially
Not that he needs to anyway.
Especially in England and Australia, they love an Irish man.
So guys, have you
provincial
ladies?
man.
Have you partners? Or can I ask that question?
I do.
You can.
I
Well,
do.
you're both fantastic. Is the lady here with you this evening?
She's actually in Dublin at the moment. She's working on her own in Dublin, yeah.
So not here tonight.
She'll be around.
Later, maybe later for the after party. And yourself? I'd say you've loads.
I've got a woman in every port.
A
Right?
handful.
No, I'm in a current new relationship at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Very current and very kind of basically heart on your sleeve kind of stuff. So it's all good, you know. Just living my life one moment at a time,
I'll show
holding
you
in
the
my
time.
pee to get that tantric release when I eventually wee. That's what the Tibetan monks do.
Where'd you get him?
I had to deal with this.
I was bored
months,
earlier, so I just
months and months. I would come in the morning with and sit there with a cup of tea, and he would be in with a protein shake, going, "Morning, everybody! What's happening now?"
In fairness, that was around 11.
That was around 11.
5 hours after
when
we
he finally
Tidy
woke up.
up. Where'd you get your energy from?
From being 23 years old.
And tell me, guys, what is the attire this evening? What are you both wearing?
We're both wearing suits and ties. I'm wearing smart shoes.
I'm wearing runners.
And he's going with the trainers because he's a bit more sports casual and I'm a bit more Bond.
I'm trying to be Howard Hughes from the 1920s.
Would you like to be the next Bond then?
I think every premiere is an audition for Bond.
Yeah, that's true.
There's just every opportunity.
You should bring a gun with you as well.
Really?
And a martini.
I'd get taken down 5 feet.
Yeah, you get tackled.
I'd get tackled by my own security.
Hi Neil, how are you? Great to see you again. Hi, and this is the brother Ivan. How are you? Lovely to meet you. So guys, how are you feeling? After all this time here, the red carpet, the lights, this is so exciting. How are you both feeling?
Well, it's taken a long time to get here. A little bit longer. The journey was a little bit
I think we
bumpier
left
than
in
we planned.
1983. Was that 28 years ago? Yeah.
Well,
We're back now.
We always knew we'd get here
We
in
always
the
knew
end.
we'd be back.
It's so exciting, and the support is just phenomenal tonight, isn't it?
It is fantastic.
I can't believe you two guys haven't starred in the movie. I definitely think you're both better looking now than Ben and Robert. What's going on?
The reason they had to cast such good-looking actors is obvious, isn't it?
Well, guys, I think you both could have done it. So tell me, the attire this evening, what are you both wearing?
Well, I'm wearing a lovely velvet jacket and some beautiful trousers made by my wife, Louise. Stitched them herself. She'd like me to show you the detail there.
He is. I've got a suit I picked up in France and a shirt I picked up somewhere else. I've absolutely no idea. This is his.
He's being very
this
cool
is his
about it.
band wear.
Yes, in my band that I play in at the moment,
29 fingers. This is his show band gear.
This is my outfit that I wear.
Now you know why we weren't successful. Look at that.
Oh no, please, guys. Look here, the red carpet, the lights for both of you guys. Listen, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thanks very much.
Great to see you again. Well, this is exciting after all this time. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I'm really interested to see how it'll play with an audience. A big
I think the reaction so far is fantastic.
Great, yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, the Irish audience, I'm sure, will be phenomenal.
Hope so. Let's hope so.
So, what are you wearing? What's your attire this evening?
I just got an Armani jacket on.
Oh, fantastic. You're looking very well tonight. And who's here with you tonight?
Nobody.
Your
just
family?
Me. No, but family are away at the moment, so just friends.
Just friends. Well, that's always nice. Well, I hope you get out to enjoy a couple of Guinnesses tonight afterwards. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks, Dan. Take care.
Thank you. How are you this evening?
Good, thanks. Yeah.
You really looking forward to the movie?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm just going here for a bit of fun. And my friend's a big fan of the actors as well. So
I have to say, there's two hot guys. I bet it's Ben and Robert.
yeah, Robert especially. I'm a huge fan of him from Misfits and everything. So really
And are you a huge fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm just looking forward to it.
Well, listen, what are you wearing tonight, ladies?
We went a bit casual. I don't know. I'm just wearing shoes today. We went shoe shopping. Yeah.
Girls, you don't look too casual now to me, please. You both look fantastic.
RTV, how are you?
This lady is the woman of Lily Bordello's. This is where to go for a night out as Lily Bordello's. And Hayley Rock will look after you. So tell me, are you looking forward to the evening?
Can't wait. Brilliant. Heard loads about the film. Yeah, I heard loads about it.
Do you know any of the actors or anything? Say yes. Yes. There's two really hot guys, you know. Ben Barnes and Robert Sheehan. Hayley Rock, I'm not impressed.
Do you know what? It's because I'm very bad with names. I've heard great reviews about it.
Well, listen, enjoy the rest of the evening. Great to see you, honey. So how are you this evening?
I'm great. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing the film. It's very exciting.
And tell me, what's the attire this evening? What's the dress?
I bought it in Nate's. The Stop Staring. I think it's a line that Kim Kardashian wears, like, big pride of that. So
I love that program too. The Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
They're great, aren't they? Fantastic. So what's next for you?
Well, more storylines in Fair City, and then I have a show coming up in the Mill Theatre in Dundrum the end of March, the 24th, 25th and 26th of March. So come along to that. And
well, listen, best of luck with that, and thank you so much for talking to us.